I think Matt and I both got a very good, much needed long night of rest. Slept way later than I thought I would this morning, and I slept far more soundly than I did last night, or the previous night, and I'm not unhappy about it. So just having a little bit of a slow moment getting going here, but I think we're going to get camp packed down and start rolling in towards Barstow, where we're going to run some errands, hopefully get a good meal, and then set out on the next leg of this adventure. All right, well, let me get camp packed down and see if we can't roll out of here. All right, camp is all packed down. We are rolling out to make the rest of the way down the Mojave Road. We've got a water crossing up here, not too far up here at all, actually. Is there two? Is there two water crossings? I know there's at least one. There might be a second one too. So we got to get across that, and then I think there's a few more miles of dirt driving from what I recall, and then we'll make our way out the pavement, air back up, and make our way down to Barstow. So let's get this thing finished up. Well, that was about the most anticlimactic water crossing we could have done. You know, last time I did this, that thing was pretty deep and long, and now it's pretty much just a deep puddle. Not really sure what's going on there. So not at all what I was expecting or Matt was expecting. He's seen other videos of it, so I don't know where all the water went. Maybe are we in that much of a drought? Or did they do something so there's no longer a water crossing there? I don't know. I think there's one more up here we have to go through, but now I'm questioning that if there's no water, maybe this one won't be.
I don't know how excited I would be to be on this section of road and the train zip by.
Yeah, so we're driving next to the tracks. I don't know if you can see it out my window right here. And yeah, Matt's commenting that probably wouldn't be so much fun if there's a train coming ahead at you. Old burned up truck there on the side of the tracks. Wonder if that was someone who went through the water crossing and it was deeper, maybe caused an electrical fire. I don't know, but something caused that truck to burn up. Right. We have gotten to, I was not crazy, there is a second water crossing. Matt says this is the famous water crossing. So I don't know, I thought the one by the railroad bridge was. But yeah, this one certainly is a lot longer and deeper. I don't know why I thought this one was shorter and not as deep when I was out here a couple years ago. But I don't know. So here we go. Here's the famous water crossing. And that's how it's done. I don't know that I would have wanted that to be much deeper than it was. I don't have a raised air intake on this Jeep, and it was, you know, I'll just say I don't want it to be any deeper. I think it got up to about my tires roughly. I'll have to look at the drone footage and see. That was my perception watching Matt go through. You know, one thing, if you're not experienced in doing water crossings like that, and I am certainly not an expert here, but I do know that you don't want to just plow through that as fast as you can. You want to keep that wall of water in front of your vehicle as shallow as possible, because if you go too fast, you'll build that wall of water up and you might actually raise it to the level of going into your intake if you don't have a raised air intake. So that's why you kind of want to go just slow and steady across that, and try to keep that wave down to a minimum. But there you go. That's the, I guess that is the big official water crossing in Mojave. Why did I think it was the bridge? I have no idea. I think the bridge last time seemed like a bigger deal than that one. So, I don't know. Whatever. All right, let's get down here and get to Barstow. We made it into the Mojave Road. It ends at some railroad tracks. It might be nice if it ended at some like very scenic, you know, I don't know, there should be like a monument here or something, but there's not. This is it right here. There's that. What is that? Is that 10 or 40?
10, I think.
Is it 10? I don't even know. There's the highway, there's the railroad tracks. Here's the end of the Mojave Road. All right.
It is kind of anticlimactic.
It is. We just completed one of the most iconic overland routes in the U.S. and here you go. This is where it ends. All right, we're gonna air up and get down to Barstow. All of our errands in Barstow have been run. We got some lunch, we went to Walmart, and now we're headed down to out towards Johnson Valley. We're gonna go run a trail called Rattlesnake Canyon with a potential optional line we're still talking about. I've been out there before. I went out there 2 years ago on the Boys Rebel chase trip in the camper, but Matt's never been out there and he'd like to see it. It is a really beautiful spot, and then I think we're going to camp somewhere up near Big Bear, kind of in that area. But first we got to get there, and we got a few miles of highway driving to do, and then we'll get fuel in Lucerne Valley before we head out onto the dirt. I have just turned back on the dirt out here, Johnson Valley back here. This is Rattlesnake Canyon Road Trail something, and it's very windy. So let's get air down and get moving. drone up right now, getting some cool footage in this canyon in here. Yeah, it's just so cool in here. I like it when it narrows down a little bit. I think we're coming up to the spot. I was trying to remember where it was. Anybody who happened to see our boys chase for the Rebelle 2 years ago, we came through here in the full-size rigs. And my brother, Paul, if you're watching, he broke his drive shaft. So it kind of took just like a, you know, what was kind of just like a fun trail ride and turned it into a whole other adventure. We were able to remove the drive shaft and get him out of here in two-wheel drive and front-wheel drive with the locker. But that was a pretty crazy day. But yeah, what do you guys think of the views in here? They don't suck, right? That was the, I believe, the last of the kind of moderately challenging, and I even hesitate to say that a little bit, but part of this trail. There is a 9 rated trail up here on the left that we're coming up on that Matt and I were talking about potentially doing. We've read reports. I've never done that. I've read reports that, you know, the official rating on Onyx is a 9. Some people say it's more like a 7 if, you know, if you pick the right lines. We were contemplating doing it, but it's coming up on 4 o'clock. I'd like to kind of be thinking about making camp before it gets dark, and I fear if we do that trail, we will not make it out of there to camp by dark. And that is assuming everything goes perfectly. If something goes sideways and, you know, we end up breaking something or whatever, I mean, who knows? We could be there 2 days trying to figure out what to do, right? So we're gonna make the smart move. It's hard sometimes making the smart move, right? that's not the boy part of me doesn't want to do that, right? Adventure. But yeah, we're gonna skip it because it's the smart thing to do right now, all things considered. We got one more day to play tomorrow, and I'd like to be able to play tomorrow too. So let's finish getting up this wash and find ourselves a camp out here somewhere. we have made camp well before dark. It's 4:10, so I think we're good. We're good here for the night. And Matt let me have the concrete pad. He and I stayed here last year for the Rebel chase, and he camped right down that same spot. He must like it a lot. I was up here, but tonight I'm on a concrete pad, and it doesn't get much more level than that. So let's get about setting camp up. This will be the last night that Matt and I are camping together on this trip, and he had a couple of steaks that needed cooking, so he's over here preparing us some steaks as our last meal out on the road together this trip, and I don't hate it. I'm looking forward to it. Waking up this morning to some cloudy skies out there. I did see some sort of a weather statement on the infotainment system in the Jeep yesterday that said there was a winter storm warning for this area starting tomorrow, maybe, I think. But seeing all the clouds rolling in, I can maybe believe that. Good night's sleep though. Not too super cold. It was chilly, but chilly in a good way that made sleeping good and easy. Well, I think we're gonna get camp packed down. I don't think I'm gonna have breakfast here this morning. Matt and I, when we roll through town, we're headed over to Joshua Tree National Park. We might try to find a breakfast place there, and yeah, see if I can't get some good. I'm missing my eggs and bacon this week. So. All right, well, let's get all the morning stuff done and get camp packed down. Just rolled off of the dirt onto pavement. I think we have a I don't know, 10, maybe 15-mile drive to get to the next section of dirt. Not going to probably bother to air up for that. That's a lot of work for a little bit of gain. I'll take the extra tire wear, or I'm just being lazy, either way. I would like to see if we can find some breakfast somewhere in town as we go through, so I think Matt and I are going to check that out. If anything's open, I mean, it's Saturday at 9 a.m. Something should be open, right? So get some food and make our way back to the dirt. Now that we're done with breakfast, we rolled through the town, the rest of the town of Yucca, and are making our way out here to what I believe is the main gate for Joshua Tree National Park. There's a bunch of people back there on the main road for the turnoff protesting. I don't know, was it protesting or supporting? I'm not really sure, but they were, I guess, protesting the funding cuts. I know the new Trump administration has cut some funding, I believe, for a lot of the parks, and I imagine that's what they were protesting. Their signs weren't super clear, but I think that's what it was. And outside of the gate here, we are sitting in a line. We're still about a half a mile from the gate, and we're just sitting in stop and go traffic, I guess, waiting to get in, which I think is one of the things that I've saw on the news somewhere that people were complaining about, that the wait times to get into the parks had gone way up because staffing was reduced and so forth. But so Matt and I might be sitting here for a minute trying to get in. Made it through the gate. I went ahead and got another annual interagency pass, because I actually have two annual interagency passes at home. Actually, I think one's in the camper back in Glamis with Avis, and one's at home. But I know one of them is getting close to expiring, so I was like, I might as well just go ahead and buy another one now. It seems like the smarter thing to do than buying a one-day entrance for here. But we're in. Got some open road in front of us finally. And I think we're gonna go try to find some dirt. Just made the turn off of pavement onto some dirt, and there's a sign that said 4-wheel drive only. I hate to admit it, I'm still in 2-wheel drive. Is this like breaking the law? Made a turn onto Beardo Canyon. It's definitely getting a little more interesting. It's more of just a single track here. We're encountering quite a few other Jeeps and Broncos out here. I don't know if there's some kind of gathering.
This is a popular road.
Must be. But there's a lot of other vehicles we're seeing out here. And anyways, on the way in, there was a sign when we turned onto this road that gave a big warning about you know, being prepared. It's a rocky 4x4 road, and people have died out here. So I guess they're really trying to make people think before they come out to this road for some particular reason. And I don't know, I guess we're gonna go find out. To me, it sounds like fun. finally had a reason to put it in 4-wheel drive, getting down into this little canyon where it's gotten a little more rocky, a little more interesting looking, and these high canyon walls. Yeah, I'm kind of having more fun now, enjoying this a lot more. Have exited the national park and are well outside the boundaries. So Matt went ahead and threw his drone up to get a little more drone footage of this spectacular canyon, which seems to go on and on and on. I am definitely not hating it at all. And the more we get into it, the more I'm enjoying it. Have exited the dirt once again, made our way out the pavement, and we are got all aired back up, and we're now making our way back down towards Glamis to kind of complete this whole big loop we've been doing the last 6 or 7 days, whatever it's been, to go meet back up with the girls. So I'm excited about that. Always good to see your wife, and yeah, but first we got to get there. So we got an hour and a half of pavement driving, and then I think we may have to jump on the sand highway and take that back out to where their camp is. So maybe we'll get one more bit of driving off pavement in this little trip adventure here. So first we got to get there. We're passing by the Sultan Sea on our way back to Glamis, and I've never actually come out here and seen it before. I mean, I've seen it from a distance, but I've never walked up to the edge of it, so I figured we would take the opportunity and check it out as long as we were driving by. We're not in any huge hurry. I'd heard that it smells really bad here. Can confirm, does not smell good at all. It's just like walking on a sponge or something. It's really weird.
It is very much like walking on a sponge.
Yeah, and
Okay.
yeah, definitely does not smell good. Nope, there's.
Alright, well, we've seen the Sultan Sea.
Yeah, that's it. There it is.
Okay, let's go.
So isn't that one of like the dirtiest bodies of water? And I don't know. Is it dirty or what is it? It's
Salty.
like it's very salty,
Saltier
right?
than the Pacific.
Because it doesn't. No more water's coming into it other than rainwater. I can't remember why it's so salty. I saw a documentary on it once.
I'm sure Wikipedia knows.
Yeah, somebody knows. But
We
yeah.
don't know. Just Google it.
The wind along this stretch of highway is absolutely wailing. It's one of those where you're having to, you know, just fight it the whole time. So it's getting pretty old. Matt and I just got to Glamis, got ourselves aired down, did that as quickly as possible. It's a wicked sandstorm out here. It's in my teeth, it's in my eyes. Matt did briefly talk to Kara. They are all headed back to camp because the sand is just too bad out here. They're supposed to do a little more training out here today, but the storm is wicked. So I guess they're heading back to camp to get out of it. And Matt and I are gonna go meet them. But first we have to traverse the sand highway, which I don't know, it's like 15 miles or something. I don't know, don't quote me on that. Maybe 20, I'm not sure. But it seems like a good fitting ending to this adventure Matt and I have been on. That's how we started, and this is how we're gonna finish.
Are they? I see your truck.
All right, the wind is wailing out here, so I don't know how well you'll be able to hear us, but we made it back to camp, got to see our girls.
Yeah, we did.
And man, we had an awesome trip.
It was
a good time.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely a blast.
I can't wait to do the next one with you.
It's gonna be good.
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank
All right.
you.
See y'all.
Yep. Bye.